"Do you know, you're afraid of me? Then you go home." The girl, clutching her bleeding finger, screamed and ran for her life. Suddenly, a kind old man appeared. He told the girl about 3 perverted mecha monsters hiding in the woods who took pleasure in killing people all day. The old man quickly led the girl to hide. After a while, hearing no more mecha monsters moving around, the girl breathed a sigh of relief. Thanks to the old man's rescue, the girl thought to herself that there are still many good people in the world. But the next second, the girl died on the spot at the old man's knife. Before she breathed her last, she saw the 3 mecha monsters slowly walking towards her. They all obeyed the old man's naming and showed him their spoils of the day. It turned out that the old man was the big buff behind the killer. Then they dragged the girl into a small wooden house, sprinkled some natural chili powder on her, and hung her in the air to slowly dry her into a lump of human spicy meat. The next day, a group of college students came to visit. They excitedly drove recklessly. At a bend, the old man suddenly appeared in the middle of the road. The students braked sharply and swerved. The wheels slipped and they crashed into a tree. When they got out of the car, they found the old man lying on the ground as if he were dead. Having clearly remembered not bumping into it, the blonde-haired man cautiously approached to check the situation. Suddenly, the old man pulled out a knife and slid it towards the blonde-haired man's arm. Luckily, his teammates reacted quickly, kicking the knife away and surrounding the old man, unleashing a barrage of attacks. Little did they know, the old man was feigning weakness to lower their guard. 3 androids had been waiting in the nearby woods for some time, ready to make their move, when a police car suddenly pulled up. The police saw 3 young men assaulting an old man and arrested them on the spot, finding drugs in the car. It turned out they were a group of delinquents. The police took the young men and the old man into custody. To prevent them from having accomplices, 1 officer remained to keep watch. Seeing the lone officer, the androids nearby let out a terrifying laugh and charged out with a bow and arrow. Before the officer could react, he was devoured by the androids. Meanwhile, to protect his teammates, the blonde-haired man took all the blame at the police station, claiming he had brought the drugs himself and that the police hadn't tested positive for them. They had no choice but to release everyone except the golden retriever. While the policewoman was investigating the old man's identity, she discovered he was the serial killer they had been searching for over a decade. She immediately called headquarters. Then, the old man evilly told her, "I guarantee you won't survive tonight because my children are coming soon." The policewoman just smiled slightly, thinking the old man was delusional. But the next second, his phone and all communication devices were cut off. 3 cannibals had arrived at the police station, knocking down the external signal tower and destroying the internal electrical box. The on-duty police officers, seeing the sabotage on the surveillance cameras, came out to stop. Unexpectedly, the cannibals, seeing their prey delivered to their doorstep, couldn't control their excitement and pounced on the police. After subduing the police, they tied them to power lines. The police were electrocuted to death by the 3 cannibals suspended in midair on the power lines. A pungent smell of barbecue wafted over, and the cannibals unconsciously left behind a rat. This series of actions caused a short circuit in the entire police station, plunging it into darkness. The old man in the cell gave the policewoman a death threat. "I told you you wouldn't live past tonight, and you didn't believe me? My boys have already started their operation." Meanwhile, several young people who had been released found a hotel nearby and planned to rescue the golden retriever. The golden retriever's girlfriend, Schnauzer, worried about him and went to deliver food to him alone late at night. However, she bumped into a machine-shaped cannibal. Wearing a mask, she looked terrifying in the darkness. Schnauzer was so frightened that she turned and ran, but another cannibal was hiding around the corner, ready to pounce. Schnauzer couldn't dodge in time and ran straight into its blade. The hotel's tech expert, noticing Schnauzer's long absence, went out to look for her. He found the golden retriever at the police station, only to learn that Schnauzer hadn't been there at all. The old man nearby seemed to know what had happened and gave the 2 a chilling smile. Teddy and Pomeranian, still in the hotel, had their door knocked on by 2 cannibals. They immediately tied Teddy up and took him out. Hearing the commotion, Pomeranian hid in the bath, too scared to come out. Then, another cannibal pushed open the door, and Pomeranian hid behind the door. Taking advantage of the moment when the cannibal was not being attacked, she managed to escape by hitting him with a steel pipe. However, her boyfriend, Teddy, was in a much worse situation. He was tied to a car by the cannibal and repeatedly hammered on his legs by the 3 men who refused to give him a quick death. Teddy could only endure the torture and scream in agony. Afterwards, they dropped Teddy off near the police station. Teddy, thinking they had kindly spared him, shouted for help at the station entrance. But he was too optimistic about the cannibal. Just as the policewoman ran out and saw the cannibal's ruthless cruelty, the police had no choice but to release the golden retriever, who was being held captive, and give him and the tech-savvy individual a gun for self-defense. At this time, the Pomeranian who had escaped also arrived at the police station to join them. They learned that the Schnauzer, who had come to deliver food to the Golden Retriever, had neither come to the police station nor returned to the hotel. They were unaware that the Schnauzer had already been brutally murdered by the robot. The Golden Retriever and the tech-savvy individual, gun in hand, went out into the streets to search for the Schnauzer. Suddenly, the white-haired robot appeared. The two men, guns drawn, relentlessly pursued the white-haired man, firing vertically but missing every shot precisely. Unbeknownst to them, they had fallen into a trap. Tech was knocked down by a robot jumping from above, and the blonde-haired man was knocked unconscious by another accomplice lying in ambush. When they awoke, they faced their most desperate moment. The blonde-haired man woke to find himself buried in the ground, while his companion Tech was leashed like a dog. The surroundings resembled a football field. Then a bright light flashed ahead. A robot had started a bulldozer. Seeing the white-haired man's evil, terrifying smile, the blonde-haired man knew they were doomed.